Everybody, welcome back to Golden Dragon Honey. I'm Chris, your beekeeper. I've had a few people ask me this season, how do you get the bees through winter? I've got a video on that. I'm going to elaborate a little bit later in the season. Today I want to talk about integrated pest management and specifically Varroa mite treatment. When I first started beekeeping, I had what feels like a very naive sense that I'm going to go completely chemical-free, treatment-free. My bees are, going to be sort of naturally resistant, the ones that survive, and moving forward, we'll just never need to treat. And my bees died. And my second season, I said, well, those just didn't have the correct genetics and, Varroa kind of hygienic behavior that some bees have. But my second season bees, these are going to be it, and I'm going to have Varroa resistant bees, and those bees died. My third season, I blew my yard out to 5 hives from 2. I treated them all. I got 4 of my hives through. Some of you may remember, if you've been following us for a little while now, we started the season off with a treatment called Apiguard. I'm going to put the pictures here. And for your own reference, if you're keeping bees, it is not suggested that you feed and treat at the same time. The feeding can kind of distract from the Apiguard treatment. I'm further north and west than I've ever lived on a permanent basis. I'm still adjusting to the season a little bit. I got to a point where it felt important to do both. It's not suggested. Apiguard is great. It's got thymol, which is a chemical component of the plant thyme. It's in high concentrations. It kills what we call phoretic mites, the mites that are out and on bees. It does not penetrate into capped brood where mites reproduce. At that point in the season, which was late March, early April, there's not a lot of capped brood, not a lot of eggs. There's not a lot of pollen coming in. So this works. Now we're getting to a point in the bee life cycle. They're going to start paring down. And starting to put together what we call fat body bees or winter bees, starting to get ready for paring down their population and increasing their food stores so they can get through the winter. They pare down their population. They've still got a lot of mites. They're going to get overwhelmed. They're going to get sicknesses and viruses. Colony's not going to make it through the winter. We're going to go put out into the yard and put some Formic Pro, which is a kind of a pad that becomes vapor. It looks a little more harsh. I hate putting it on there. It works. I have seen a complete increase in getting my hives through the winter since I've been using it. Make sure we're going to show you the protective equipment. We're going to show you how to put it on there. This is a treatment that does stay in the hive. It penetrates into the capped cells and kills the mites in the cells and on the bees. So we are going to knock down our mite loads, getting ready for kind of that dip in hive population. Join me out in the yard. Let's go take a look. Hey everybody. Thanks for joining us out in the yard. As mentioned, you can see I'm geared up. There are instructions to this. I should probably be wearing goggles as well, hand protection, and a face mask. I've done this without a face mask before. It's like a whiff of strong vinegar. What you may not notice I did before getting ready here. I run with a screen bottom. I tend to find that in the summer, it's best for the bees to have a good amount of airflow. For this treatment, we put the screens back in so that this treatment is going to be trapped. This is Formic Pro. There's a couple of ways you could do this. I go with the sort of more intense 14-day treatment. And what this does is it kills, you're going to see there's a very visceral reaction in the hive to this. It's pretty potent for the first few days. And as much as I hate to see that really squirrely reaction from the bees, my winter survival rates have gone up exponentially. But I was saying, I use the 2 pads. You can also go with 1 pad at a time for a 28-day treatment. You want to put this down in the middle of the brood chamber, so between those first 2 boxes. And I leave that entrance reducer out for a little bit of ventilation. A big thing about this treatment, it can be put on with honey supers on. It's safe, it's food grade, it does not build up in the honey. But one complication that I run into a lot with this, I'm trying to kill down our mite levels before our winter bees start to be created and the population pares down. This treatment is not suggested in temperatures above 82 degrees. So I have to find a long stretch, and fortunately, we're there. Doesn't always work out like that in July and August. I'd love to hear your questions about bee pests, treatments, and how they mix with our honey production. Leave them down in the comments, stick around, subscribe, and check out our videos.